Good morning, everyone. Yes, thank you, Mr. Marciani. I am definitely an anti-bullying advocate. Why? I was bullied in elementary school and high school. No, actually, elementary school and middle school. So I feel you, I get it. So let's share some information on some helpful points and some facts about anti-bullying. What is bullying? Think about that. Some of you may think it's just talking about someone, but in a minute, you'll see some of the different aspects. It's basically aggressive behavior that's repeated, an imbalance of power. Um, but the key here is repetition. What does repetition mean? That you're doing it all the time. What are the types of bullying? Verbal and social, physical and cyberbullying. Just some facts here on the screen, something that really stood out when I first heard this. Did you guys know that 160,000 children miss school every single day in the US for fear of bullying? That's a lot. So if you're being bullied right now, you're not alone. And we'll talk about what to do later on. And another key point, second point on this, did you know that if you stop or say something or intervene, when you see someone being bullied within 10 seconds, it makes a difference.
Ms. Collier, can you explain that what a bystander is?
A bystander, for example, if you're standing in the hallway and you see Johnny bullying Sam, and you're just standing there going, that's funny, oh my God. And you say nothing, you're just a bystander. You're doing nothing. And that's not nice because it could happen to you. But just treat others as you would want to be treated. If you see somebody being bullied, say something, and we'll talk about what that means later on, or what to say and who to go to.
And we'll give you all a minute just to read through the rest of this so Ms. Collier is not reading off every line to you. Well, 30 seconds. Okay, next slide.
Forms of bullying. Again, there are many forms, and especially this is middle school. I remember my middle school days. It was pretty bad. Taunting, putting down, ridiculing. Did you know that passing notes in the classroom behind the teacher's back, saying nasty things about your classmate, that's bullying. Saying something about someone's race, their gender, religion, the fact that they're disabled, all of those things are bullying. They're not nice. Intimidating threats. And of course, social media. Right now in this COVID shutdown environment, you guys are using your phones a lot. So bullying someone by way of a text or on social media, all of those things are bullying. Intentionally stealing someone's money and lunch and private property, in addition to shoving and pushing. So many forms.
One thing that I'll jump in for a second, Ms. Collier, is that in our school, we've seen over the years that even, yes, we have some physical bullying, but most of the time it's the rumors, spreading rumors about other students. That's a big one that happens.
Gossiping.
I think it's a middle school
Yes.
thing.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen them all after teaching elementary. Oh my gosh. Where does bullying occur? Some of this you probably know if you've seen it, if you've been a bystander. The classroom, of course, the hallway or lockers, the gym, the bathroom, the school bus, and in the cafeteria, a lunchroom. So the next time you're in these places, if ever we come back together again and meet in person, just be aware. You'll see it. Why students bully? Some of this you may know, you guys. It's because of anger or aggression in the family. That's something they've learned from their parents or another sibling. Maybe you have a sibling that's a bully and you don't realize it or you know it already. There's physical punishment in the home. You know other students that bully, so you want to join that group. Some students bully for attention and control, power. I'm the cool kid, I'm the big kid. I want everybody, to respect me and follow me. In some instances, lack of rules. Many schools probably not pick or waxing, but I've seen many. don't enforce the rules for bullying, and there are no consequences. So students keep repeating that behavior. There's poor supervision in the classroom. Some of the class sizes, I've been in classes where the class size was 40 students. So if you have all this disruption, that can be one. Social aggression. And did you guys know that TV and video games, especially video games with all of the violence, all of those things can ignite a person to bully, and they can affect you psychologically. And lastly, parents that are not involved. Perhaps there's no warmth in the home, no love. So there are many different reasons as to why students bully. So if you see it, you'll know it. Signs, this is a good one. Your teacher and parents, counselors will probably be aware of this, but you can as well. There are signs to know when a student or a child is being bullied. There are unexplained injuries. I've seen this a lot. Loss of personal items, books, cell phone, jewelry, stealing someone's lunch money, change in eating habits. A student or a child may not want to eat anymore, can't sleep, declining grades, loss of interest in schoolwork, not wanting to go to school. That's a big one, not wanting to go to school. And when you're in person, if you have a nurse at the school, you're going to the nurse constantly just to be going to the nurse because you don't want to go back to the classroom. A sudden loss of friends, you want to avoid any type of social environment. You don't want to play with anyone anymore. And then lastly, self-destructive behavior, which I'm hoping no one's ever involved in. You run away from home, I've seen that, or you try to harm yourself, or you talk about suicide. All of those things, and there are resources for all of these things that we'll see in a minute. Here are the 5 myths. I really like these because people think that the victims of bullying cause it. They're weak, you know, they're losers, they're not assertive. That's a myth, that's not a fact. Or they did something to deserve the bullying. They overact, or they need to toughen up. You're too weak. And another one, and this is being told to the students by others or whoever, friends in your group, that you need to retaliate against the bullies. Parents may say, fight back, don't take it, beat them up. Focus, walk away, avoid it. Take some self-defense classes, take some karate. So all of those are myths about bullying. And lastly, the number one, whether in person, we're in this virtual environment now, number one, students, I can't stress enough. You see something, please say something. I know you've heard that. You see it in the classroom, someone passing up mean notes, someone saying something mean, just say something privately to your teacher. That would be your first contact. Your teacher, your school psychologist, a parent, or another adult, definitely your counselor. But the key is not to just be a bystander, because if it happens to you one day, you may wish that someone said something. And some of the other information is just depending on the severity of the bullying. Call 911, perhaps if you're in a home, you really see somebody being beat up or something like that. And the website are just other resources and information for bullying and what to do. And there's a national suicide line as well. But your first defense is to tell an adult. And don't feel like, and another myth is, if you tell, you're a snitch. No, because if you don't tell and that person, something bad happens to that person, you'll regret it and you'll carry that guilt. So please, if you see something, say something. And lastly, let's reverse that. Don't bully, be a friend. You guys heard about the meeting, whoever's new to the school. If you know someone's new, you haven't seen them, go up to them. Hi, my name is, I haven't seen you, where are you from? Just be a friend, not a bully.
One thing I like to say, Ms. Collier, is I know with right now, with everyone doing this online and virtual, it's probably a lot more possible cyberbullying going on. And like you said, don't retaliate, because retaliating is not going to do any good. It's just going to put you might get in trouble. If you retaliate, you might be the one that gets in trouble for it. So please,
absolutely,
reach out to a parent, reach out to us as your counselors. You know how to get in touch with us. Ms. Truzel and I, Ms. Cole, you've been pushing all week about our office hours, how to get in touch with us. Please reach out. So.
Yes, absolutely. And it's private, you know, you can do it privately. Just think of it as helping someone.
And also, if there's a way that we don't have to put your name in it, we won't. So
Right.
just because you're talking to us about it doesn't mean we're going to get directly involved, depending on the situation. I can't say that for every situation, but we don't want you to feel like we're going to put you out there right away. We don't do that. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a sense of confidentiality.
Ms. Truzel, as a parent and as a counselor, anything you want to add, or does she cover everything?
I think she covered it all. The cyberbullying is the biggest one. It's one that I have seen affect my own home quite a few times.
Mhm.
I call them keyboard warriors, where they hide behind a screen and can type anything. And it's not something they would say to someone's face. So you got to be very mindful of what you're putting in writing.